can't hear me. Testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. Let's see. Okay. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. 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 Testing, testing. Testing, 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 testing. Why isn't this mic working? Testing, 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 testing. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing. It's coming out of that one. Property. Okay, we'll roll with that one. Oh, I know why you aren't working. Gosh, I took that, didn't I? Testing, testing. Testing, testing. There we go. Okay, okay. I need to grab a green screen eventually. Alright, let's kick on this shit. So now if we look at the live stream, this isn't working, but that's working. But this live stream's going. What the hell's going on? Where's my phone? See, I need multiple devices just to pull this off. Yo. Can't hear nothing.
Can you guys hear me okay?
I can hear you now. Yo, can you hear me all right?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, good. Cool. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm running this stream on YouTube right now, too.
Alright, I heard you got about that. Yo, can you hear me alright?
So I'm running this stream on YouTube. All right.
Yeah, so I think, Caden, we have, I think two people in the other chat. Do you mind just running over there and grabbing them, see if they can jump in this one? And then we'll get started.
I got it through going through OBS, sharing to my YouTube, and it seems to be working. There is a lag, so I have a big gap in my delay. So hopefully my audio and everything works correctly. Can you see my YouTube channel now?
Yeah, that looks amazing.
Okay, cool, cool. I'm glad. Okay.
Just gonna wait maybe one more minute for this to lag.
All right. What's up, everybody? What up? This is my first time YouTube live in, so I appreciate everybody jumping on. And I appreciate just being here in general. I'm real excited about working with Upland. I'm real excited about SA and Satoshi and all the guys over here trying to make this a big, a big metaverse with a lot of gameplay and stuff. I'm echoing a little bit, so I'm just going to clean up my audio for a second. All right, I'm hearing my YouTube channel come back into my audio. I can't get it throughout the mic because I don't want to get an echo coming to you guys, so just bear with me a little bit. So I might have a little lag in my VO. But what you guys are looking at right here is our NFT collection. It's called the X. And you're looking at one of the Genghis Khan cohorts. This is sort of our staging configurator / NFT generator. It's built in the UE5 engine, and so you can see the asset, the actual Legionnaire, the NFT, and we look at all the details of this character specifically. Has a different mashup. We did digital twins of all the weapons and armor that we could, that actually is sitting in museums, like Sitting Bull's bow and arrow, which was donated to a museum, his tomahawk, and his gun as well. So we recreated his life mask. I'm gonna just take you on a tour. My audio is going to be in and out, but so I'm just going to drive this, and if I hear SA or Satoshi stop me in any way, just let me know. Okay, so I'm just going to roll through this. All right, I'm going to show you a little bit of this configurator, and then I'm going to show you the museum that's inside our fort. And we're trying to bring our first outpost to Upland right now. We're trying to build a relationship with you guys right now, and if everything goes smoothly, we're going to have the first outpost in Upland, and we're also going to be the first VR experience in Upland, and that's our goal right now, to build inside your guys' metaverse and to connect it to ours. So I'm going to show you a little bit about what we're doing right now. Yes, sir. Yes, you want. Yes, you want to. Do you want to translate to him right now while I just walk through it? Okay, great.
Okay, thank you, sir. Pessoal do Brasil, peço desculpas novamente, mas vamos fazer o seguinte: a gente volta pra lá e aí lá fica só a gente, só no Brasil. Foi mal aí, a gente vai e volta, mas a gente tá resolvendo as coisas e é assim mesmo. Bora lá, por favor, todo mundo brasileiro. Every Brazilian, let's go with me for the Playa Party. Thank you very much.
I'm going to be taking you guys into the fort.
And then maybe I don't know how it goes. Maybe it's still
Yes, sir. So this is the metaverse's first fort. We call it the Meta Fort. It's a social hub. We're creating the first metaverse army, and we're staging outposts in different metaverses like Upland. We're working with different brands and influencers. The ones we're in discussion with right now, they're on the outside of the fort. This is Tony Sentimont, aka Lurch from Call of Duty. He has his own brand called Real World Tactical. He has also an NFT collection, and he wants to get inside our fort. That's just one brand on the outside. The brands that we sign with, we bring inside the fort. Each brand that we bring into a fort, we have their digital twin. These are real world assets, and we want to bring digital twins to Upland. We have weapons, we have vehicles, we have characters. Whatever you guys need over there, we want to supply you. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. This company is based out of California. Their co-owner, Andy Garcia, he's a sheriff, he's a police officer. He also is the co-owner of Syndicus. All these, he's a first responder. This is a Marine right here. These guys are all trying to protect Second Amendment rights, but they're also trying to educate this guy. They're police officers, active duty right now. And there's a big problem with active shooters that's going on around our country, as you guys already know. This company is trying to make a difference. Ghost Robotics over here is trying to make a difference. They want to come together and create a virtual reality simulator that trains first responders in an active school shooter. But if you don't even want to try one of those kind of experiences, you can at least look at the technology and the product. This is their digital twin. It's a ground drone. It's not just meant for warfare. It's also made for surveillance, radiation detection, and a lot more. It's a cyber dog. Eventually, there's going to be a mainstream one of these that you could eventually own. So you could play with how it works and what's its capabilities through the fort. We're here to train you on real world objects. All of our digital twins are going to be interoperable and interactive. I know I'm talking like a robot. It's the only way I can get my voice to work and I can hear it right. Go, Satoshi. Yeah. Yeah. Go for it, Satoshi. Nailed it. So not only so this is one of the influencers that wants to come to the metaverse. This is what's interesting. There's a lot of these guys that are training first responders and training people in general. Tim Kennedy's he's a former UFC champion. He wrote a great book called Scars and Stripes. He's a Green Beret. He's just trying to make people he wants to give people the protection and teach them how to protect themselves. And he wants to come to the metaverse and teach whoever wants to learn from them. Right now, they're using videos to train. There's a lot of companies in the self-defense space that are training people through videos, but they see a more powerful way to train people through virtual reality, and so do we. So this is our Coliseum. This is where we want to fill our entire fort with our entire legion, 6,500 people that can go into this stadium. And if someone needs a platform and has a voice and something to say, we're going to give them an opportunity to present and talk to our army. Yes, sir. So when I was working on Guitar Hero, I was creating what we called a hero simulator, which simulated being in a huge arena. I used live video crowd, not live crowds, but videoed crowds that were AI based. They had a brain behind them. So they were animation based, reaction based filming techniques that I've been working on for a long time, basically making film come to life. And that's where Guitar Hero Live, the live cinematic system that you see in Guitar Hero Live today, that's where I originated that first prototype. It got dumbed down in the game, but the purpose or the objective of that crowd was to simulate real life and to make the user feel like he was on stage and to get him nervous and try to build up his confidence. Public speaking is a big confidence builder as well. And now when you go into these VR chats and you go into these like virtual speaking engagements, like I've been at a few universities that are using virtual reality to teach lectures. And when you get in front of a lot of people live in VR, it's a little nerve wracking. It's the same thing about it, like going live in front of people. It can help you build your confidence. So what our fort is about, it's not only teaching you how to be a soldier in a game. It's trying to teach you how to level yourself up and being a soldier in your life. So the ultimate game is life, right? And we want to make you guys better through a video game because we're in the metaverse right now. We're in these virtual environments. Why not have an area where you guys can go and speak your mind, get your voice heard, and also get experience training, but also experience real life simulations and fun things too. So like just racing. We're bringing the Sky Runner, which is autonomous vehicle to Upland. It flies. It's a doom buggy. It goes up to 70 miles an hour. It was on Ghost Recon's 511 stunt. It was a stunt program that they did with like Surviving Man. It's on YouTube. I could share that link as well, so you guys could check out the Skyrunner in action with real military personnel under real life scenarios. So I'll put that in the link. But there's a lot. Yes, sir. All right. One thing we definitely could teach is drone racing and drone flying. It's actually better to train on the drone in virtual reality or in virtual environments, because if you train with the real drones, you break them real fast. So we want to bring even to Upland a drone racing arena, if they allow us. So we want to teach people how to fly drones. Drones are going to be taking over warfare in general. Everybody eventually is going to have some form of drone, whether it's a ground drone or aerial drone. Everybody is eventually going to own a drone. It's going to enhance your awareness. So and your visibility. People are capturing video like crazy now. You see this, you're going to see drones just keep multiplying. And we want to teach people to fly them. And if they want to get certified, we'll guide them into those kind of certifications. And we're making a big play at drones, ground drones and aerial drones. And we have great partners with us. We have Full Throttle Aerial signed up with us. We have 3 of their digital twins already created, 3 of the top drones in the world. One has the highest payload, one works with swarms, and the other one's the stealth you cannot knock out of the air. So a lot of things coming with drones, and we hope to bring those to Upland. Yeah, and I was talking to Stuart from the CEO and owner of Skyrunner today. He was very excited about getting his Skyrunner inside Upland and letting people get their eyes on it and see what this is capable. It's autonomous buggy that flies, has a big propeller in the back, and it's already deployed with SOCOM. A lot of special forces units are using it right now, and I think people would like to get their eyes on it and get their hands behind the wheel and test it out. All right. I'm just waiting for my voice to catch up for a second. Yeah, so we already have several commanders in Upland right now. So we want to help that. We want to help recruit their soldiers. That's why we're building an outpost there. We want to recruit soldiers, and I think on this Discord right now we're gonna give SAN Satoshi a recruit that they can go out, they can do whatever they want. If they want to run a contest for them or whatever, you guys got 2 recruits right now. You could throw them in a contest if you want, and let people get 2 of those out there for your community right now. We have Sun Tzu right here. We have one of my favorites, Napoleon, over here, who's essay. Yep. This is a virtual museum. Yeah. Yes, Satoshi. Yeah, so let's just look at one of the weapons because you see he has a bunch of weapons on him. Um, these weapons come from, they were all in this recent auction lot in February. It had a dress sword, his traveler's pistols. I believe this was his carbine and two pocket pistols. We interpreted and created a gorget, even though Napoleon probably wouldn't have worn one. But we put his coat of arms on that, and we also put a coat of arms on his death mask. So let's look at the pocket pistols. I'm gonna share something too on my YouTube that you guys could get more reference on these weapons. Give me a second. Yeah, I shared in the YouTube channel messages, sort of like a little documentary piece that goes into this lot that was sold. But I mean the engravings and this is only in 1K. You guys aren't even seeing it in 4K. We're seeing some reflection here, but if I pull off, let me see under detail lighting if I can see. Yeah. Even underneath it. Actually, I believe underneath it he has Hercules. Let me see if I could throw a light here real quick too. All right, we're designing on the fly. No. I'm going to pull this up. All right, you see this light? Yeah, he has Hercules. I believe that was Hercules like fighting a serpent. You see that? Now this is only 1K. We go all the way up to 8K. We can't even show that yet. We can't even show that for another 2 years. This is how ahead we are. And this is also tested in VR. No one's doing that right now. That's why most of the graphics in VR are whack. They're a little bit weak. And we test on the HoloLens 2.0, so we have some of these on the HoloLens 2.0. And if anybody's a dev out there and you guys see the restrictions that they have just on the textures that are allowed on the HoloLens 2.0, it sucks. It cost me $3,000 for the HoloLens. I can't even get like small textures on it. So it's very difficult to develop games on the HoloLens. It's mainly made for UI and a training tool. But we can train on graphics to come on the HoloLens 2.0 inside VR. So we could train for the future. Because the mixed reality headsets are coming, AR is coming, and it's coming in a big way, and we can prepare for it in VR by showing what augmented reality looks like virtually. So That's why I have the IVAS as part of this collection. The IVAS is going to be it's going to be deployed with most soldiers are going to be wearing this IVAS system. I'm going to prepare them right now. So when they're coming, right when they're ready to go to boot camp, they already know how to use the equipment.
Yeah, that trainable aspect is so incredible. And IVAS is part of the collection. The IVAS is going to be us in the future for those soldiers wearing IVAS. Train them and prepare them right now.
Yes, sir. I'm going to take them to the one so they understand where it's going. Yeah, I mean, this is just cool to look at because these are all some of the best digital twins that are in the weapon space. We're working with the best companies right now. FK Burno is one of the best field pistols out there in the world, and we're the only ones with their digital twin. We made it. Same with the Big Daddy Damascus. This gun right here is the Big Daddy Damascus. So it's over $100,000. This thing. It's made out of a fallen meteorite. The hand grip. Cabot made this. It's one of a kind, and we recreated not only it. We recreated even its box that it sits in. Yes, sir. He's worth 150,000 worth of assets, prizes, and everything that's rolled up into him. Now let me talk about the one for a second. I just pulled out, so it's gonna pop in. All right. So the first thing is we have this thing called First to Fight. Inside the First to Fight there's a certain amount of lieutenants in the First to Fight as well, and the First to Fight gets they get a chance to win pieces of this inside their NFT, not win it, but get that trait. So let's look at this real quick. He's wearing it's the Jedi sleeve. It stands for Gesture Encrypted Device Interface. It's created by Jado. Now this sleeve is a wearable that controls ground drones, like the Vision 60 from Ghost Robotics, and also the Thor from Full Throttle. So this wearable not only controls and interfaces with drones, it also gives you biometrics, your heart rate, other details. I'm not even qualified to get into the specifics on this. I'll actually bring in Jordan, the founder and the creator of this, that's in development right now. Now let's look at the guns too. That's the FK Burno. This is a field pistol. We're with this company as well, and their American ambassador will come and talk about this if we want to get into those kind of details, because each piece is sort of a piece of art when you really look at the details of this. This is the Syndicus Grizzly 47. That's by Syndicus. We're going to teach when someone finds the one or someone becomes the one, everybody that's in their fort are automatically going to get outfitted with the Jedi sleeve instantly. So they get a wearable, and they're going to learn how to use a wearable in the digital world so they can learn how to use it in the real world. I'm pulling up just on the sleeve just a little bit and showing some details. Yeah, AK-47 Milton. Yeah, it's the only American-made AK-47 company out there. It's Syndicus. They're doing some badass stuff. They just created a custom one for Rose from Call of Duty. Her name's April something on Instagram. You should check it out. She shows it. It's a custom pattern, camo pattern. That's really sick. Black Rambo did a special on his FK Berno Field pistol. If you're on Instagram, check out Black Rambo on YouTube or Instagram. He does some cool stuff. Yes, so Joey's asking about like team deathmatch. So this game, think of Ghost Recon, Rainbow Six, and Call of Duty wrapped up in real tactical death matches. Think about that, all right? So everyone's doing it, but they're starting to use the real brands, but they're still so far off of the real tactics. And we're going to introduce a skill-based deathmatch that uses motion controllers. So we're going to teach you how to load the guns. It's not going to be exact translation to the real world, but it's going to be a lot better than the controllers they use now. It's going to give you some attributes, some actual testing, but you're going to have fun at the same time. This is a game. We're gamifying it, but there's also a training aspect. And we have 3 different modes. We have an active duty mode for people that actually that are in active duty right now, first responders that want to train on this in the real deal. And then we have an off duty mode that you can hang out and play whatever games that we develop for fun, for stickiness, for people to hang out and just enjoy themselves. So there's going to be a blend of both. Right now, I feel Call of Duty's just all fun, and the knowledge isn't getting translated. Even Ghost Recon, which is supposed to be the closest thing to real combat, it still doesn't translate. You can't play Ghost Recon or Rainbow Six and Call of Duty and then know how to use the weapons and know exactly what the protocol is for an active shooter situation. So I think we're a hybrid, and we're going to bridge that gap and take it to the next level. And that's what I think a lot of gamers are looking for right now. Me as a Call of Duty, Ghost Recon, and Rainbow Six fan. I mean, I was such a Call of Duty fan. I've worked my way to work on Call of Duty. Spent years grinding to get to work on Call of Duty because I was such a fan. But I was in the lobbies, right? And in those lobbies, we had to come up with our own games, our own tactics. When all the pro gamers come together and the guys that are playing a lot in competitions against each other, we sort of have to make our own rules to adapt to a more real style death match or team match, right? And we're hoping to do that for you through the fort and through the structuring of the actual gameplay. And let me show you then. Let me see if I can show you this stuff right here. Give me a second. Actually, even before I jump over there, let's do this. I should have had this on before. I'm going to be covering something. Give me a second. If you guys want to jump in for a second while I get this ready. You have some questions? Yeah, we want to be. We want our focus right now is Upland. We want to get in with you boys. We want to get in with you boys. We want to set up an outpost over here. We want to supply you guys with vehicles, weapons, whatever you guys need. Right now, we look at, that's our focus. Yes. So I can, with motion controllers, I can train the user. I can teach you how to slip, dodge. I can teach you how to punch. All right? I can teach you how to aim. We know where you're aiming. You can't do that with a regular controller. We can make you faster. We can make you better. And you're going to have fun at the same time. I can teach you how to use a sniper rifle. And not even I could teach you. I got influencers that want to come virtually and teach you. Ugh, I missed. Terrible. I'm lagging a little bit because I got so much open on my machine right now, but it's all good. So you'll learn about the win. You'll learn about leading your targets. Maybe you don't want to become a soldier, but you'll at least understand the weapons that are involved. I want to help people. My goal in my life is to turn the user into his own hero. Teach him how to fight. Everything I wish I had a game designer teach me when I was a kid growing up. I wish one of them taught me how to fight. I had to learn that the hard way. Just the basics. We can teach you the basics. And that's a big start. I got brands. I got a whole armory for you guys. Big Daddy Unlimited, they'll supply you whatever you want, gear, tactical, in the real world. But in the end, it's a game. We're gamers. We're gamers in the metaverse, right? The reason why I became a game designer is because I knew I'm addicted to games, and I play them all the time. But I also want to put down the controller, and I want to gain attributes, and through virtual reality, I can give those to the user. This collection, this X NFT collection, it's bigger than a game. It's bigger than anything that's out there right now. I've been working towards this my entire life, and it's for the user. I'm a soldier fighting for you. I want to make you better. All right. I'm going to clean up for a second because I got all this wire shit on me. I want to show you one other thing before we go. Like I said, you guys got 2 recruits in your pocket right now. If you guys want to give those away or whatever. We're trying to recruit soldiers right now. That's our first goal. Build the army. Build the first metaverse army. And there's a reason for it. So I've been doing this for a long time, guys. This has been my life journey, and what I want to give back before I go is I want to give you an army. The metaverse is a real place, and there's a lot of shit going down, right? There's a lot of bullshit, rug pulls. You guys see it better than anybody. You're here. Imagine all the people that haven't came to the metaverse yet. Imagine what they're going to get introduced to. Bunch of trolls, bots, hackers, people trying to scam them left and right. That's going to end. That's why I want to set outposts up at the metaverse to protect the user. It's all I care about is the user. It's been that way my whole life. I want to give you guys your own bot army, your own troll army that sniffs out their own kind and cleans this shit up. You want to jump in lobbies and prey on little kids, trying to trick them to buy you skins and do shit like that? you're out there to try to freaking send people dirty links, you're gonna get busted, and we're gonna send an army out there to get you. So that's how we're rolling. And I got a small army forming right behind me right now, and I hope to increase that with the Upland. And in the meantime, if you don't want to go on this journey with us, I'm gonna give you guys games. It's been a long journey. Like I said, I started in the clubs, virtual clubs. I was the first one to bring one to market, right? I had the most realistic characters on the planet, volumetric captured over 5 years ago. And then I went on to automobiles. I did the Ford Bronco experience for Ford. Then I did the environments, the Gold Club, a recreation, a digital twin of that. Then I went to the weapons and created a weapons configurator for the #1 armory. It was all leading to this. So we can create you the most realistic content that we can produce with a team that's capable of it, and bring those experiences to the metaverse, starting with this social hub. So I'll probably keep going on this, because you guys see that this is my life. I do this for my family too. I want my daughter and all my nieces and nephews and all the kids, because I'm an MMA trainer too. I teach kids MMA, and all of them want to play this fort, and all of them want to jump in here, and I want to make sure there's some kind of protection so they can't get preyed on by just people out there trying to scam and hack them. That's what I'm doing, and I would love for you guys to be part of it. So right now, the AI, there is no AI. So here's what you guys got to think about: is we're not creating characters besides the bot army and the troll army. The characters are you. We're just outfitting you. So you guys are going to be running around in the metaverse. You're in Upland right now. You're probably into a few others, right? You're running around. Eventually, you're going to have your own avatars that represent you, your own digital twins, your own digital doppelgangers. We want you equipped. We're going to give you weapons, armor, whatever you want to just gear out to walk around here. And if you want to jump in this first-person shooter or this first-person experience in all these different metaverses, you can go with the real equipment if you want to, and you roll with it. Eventually, this stuff, we work on the Unreal Engine 5, and Tim Sweeney, the creator of Epic Games and the CEO right now, he wants to merge everybody. You are going to have your own avatars, and we're going to equip you with all this gear so you guys can play with all the real gear that's out there that the military's training with, the DoD's training with. So you are the hero. You are the characters. If that... Yes, sir. Okay. All right. I'm reading some of the comments. Do you have a minigun? We're going to have a lot of different guns, man. We got a lot. We just came from CanCon, and we had, we spoke to SIG there. We spoke to Diamondback. We spoke to a lot of the gun companies, and we were right next to Magpul. So I think we're going to be bringing a lot of real brands and a lot of badass guns to the metaverse. Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm down. You guys can ask me anything, man. So we're not sure exactly which one's going to be coming we want to bring a range to Upland. We're designing it right now. So I think as we start, I think we'll open up a beta somehow and let people play around with it, and we'll see um, what people are looking for right there. But we can go deep. We could go sniper all the way. Um, and my weapon guy's not here, but his name's Super Bazooka. He's my lead weapon designer, and he handles a lot of like the those kind of details. And I'll probably bring him on, and he can answer a lot of the questions about the logistics of just like that. Anything else?
Yeah, I think some of those questions we're gonna save for next week. So I really appreciate everybody being here. Thank you very much for explaining all this.
Yeah. So I have sorry, essay. So I'll be releasing the second episode of my dev diary too. One thing I have is a 10-year dev diary that outlines this whole roadmap. So you guys will see actually the development all the way up to this, to today. So you're gonna see this progress. And if you follow me on YouTube, I'll be releasing that episode hopefully in the next 2 weeks.
A lot of those links right there, so you can do that. Find or Satoshi
Awesome. Thank you, guy, everybody. Thank you for sitting in on this, and thank you for listening to me. I'm sorry if I took up all your guys' time. I know, but you know, I just really appreciate you guys just giving me a platform and letting me show you this. This is just the beginning.
All right, everyone, we're gonna close it up, and yeah, we will be in touch. Talk to you soon.
Yo, so you guys are hanging out. I'm gonna show you a little bit more. If anybody's still here. This is Alexander the Great. It's one of our commanders. I have an amazing artist that works on my shields and helmets, and he worked on that sword handle. I gotta pin his ArtStation link somewhere over there. We got Alexander's mount. It's a crazy story with Alexander's horse, Bucephalus. They couldn't tame it, and Alexander told his dad, as they're trying to tame it, he's like, if I could tame it, will you give that to me, that horse to me? And they all were laughing because the grown men couldn't do it, and he was just a teenager. And so he knew exactly what was bothering the horse. He knew that the horse was scared of its shadow. He could tell, and he took it and pointed it towards the sun so he wouldn't see a shadow, and then it calmed, and he jumped on it, and that was his horse after that. He impressed a lot of people. Alexander, a lot of these commanders get bad raps, but they were put in these situations, right? Alexander would have rather been a philosopher than a soldier, than a warrior. And he says that himself. He looked at himself as a lion, and the world was his pride. So he was infamous for wearing a lion's helmet. And this is our interpretation of that helmet. And the legionnaires, they get a bunch of different ones. Julius Caesar. So I started work on Julius Caesar a long time ago, back in college, just reading his commentaries, and reinterpreting them to what a game experience would be like from his war diary. Basically, the commentaries was his war diary. So I was always fascinated with recreating memories digitally, storing memories digitally. That's all I do. I have more terabytes than anybody on this planet of footage. Started carrying a camera a long time ago and never stopped. Anybody that knows me knows that. I would sometimes be at fights, and I would fight that night, and right after the fight I would have a camera and I'd be back in the cage filming, bloody and beat up. It's crazy. Anyways, Julius Caesar resonates with me as a leader. He went through a lot, man. Imagine becoming Caesar, a dictator, and trying to make a whole country better. And all the people you're trying to convince to pass these laws, they turn around and stab you in front of everybody and kill you. His story is infamous. I want to bring back some of his memories first, and I've been trying to do that since college, and then I did it with Roman Wars. I brought back one of his battles, and now I'm going to bring back one of his memories through virtual reality. He had this horse called Genitar. He was a polydactyl horse. It's a horse with like a human finger, like a thumb on the hoof. And it's a sign of good fortune. The priest predicted that whoever had this horse, who mounted Genitar, would dominate the world. In order to preserve the horse's safety, Caesar used to dismount in battle. He did that several times. He even spoke about that in his commentaries during the Battle of Alesia. He had to jump off. The side of their fort was breaking, and he led his men on foot. He was very close to losing that battle. He has a lot of memories. I think we should experience some of them. He says himself, experience is the teacher of all things. Now we got King Leonidas. We all know the story of the 300 and King Leonidas, right? We all know his story. 300 did a really good interpretation of one of his memories. And so did Assassin's Creed. We're going to do a virtual reality one. We're going to relive that moment, that battle. Joan of Arc. Just knowing about her makes you almost want to fall in love with her. I mean, who has that courage? Even facing you're gonna burn alive, still standing by what she believed. I cannot wait to bring back one of her memories. It was a shame what happened to that girl. Sun Tzu, man. What a general. His books still last the tale of time. Generals still study his writings. The Art of War. He was a philosopher too. George Washington. Can you believe this guy's getting a bad rap now? All he's done for us, for this country. You know, in his will, he released he released his slaves too in his will. And he just wanted Martha to be, taken care of. He set money aside to create a tomb for him, so if people wanted to ever visit him, it's in Mount Vernon now. He had an interesting horse too. He had a couple, but Nelson was an interesting one. Napoleon. Napoleon gets a bad rap too. Most commanders do because they're dealing with war, so it's going to happen. I have to fix something on this. I'll probably let you guys go for the night anyways. Yeah, Nelson. It was named after, I think, the guy that gave it to him. I have to look back at the story behind him. Napoleon had several horses. Marengo was one of them. Sitting Bull had a horse named Rico that Buffalo Bill gave to him. It was said when Sitting Bull got shot that his horse Rico danced around him because he was a circus horse. Now I'm just flying off of these for, but there's, so I could be off on some of my facts. I would have to look at them. We're dealing with a lot of time here, a lot of history. We're tackling a lot. So anytime you guys can correct me on something too, because a lot of things, they haven't been proven. Like Joan of Arc, it was said her horse Charlie was burned alive before her. If you look up Joan of Arc's helmet, there's only one that they say that could have been it, right? It had the frame, everything. It had this little notch here. So we knew that the notch had a faceplate, and we recreated it ergonomically so it could fit that one that they say is most likely Joan of Arc's. But no one has the definite proof. That's another thing. I'm trying to preserve a lot of these relics. Like Julius Caesar's swords, we're trying to preserve the actual denaries. There's a denarii that had the 10th on it, and Caesar had it was like a lot of different denarii coins that had his face on it. But we were trying to, preserve those as well, and I embed these in a lot of this art. This is a recreation on one of his statues. guys. I think I'm gonna jump off now, but thank you for being on my first live. This is cool.